Hi guys, it's Joylene Woolley here. So I just like to come and talk a little bit about my marriage and my divorce situation, my divorce story. So before I do explain, I like to go back on a few years ago, and if there's any noise that you can hear in the background, it's because I'm near to the window where there's a bit more light. So however, you guys, so I like to talk a bit about my marriage and a little bit about how it's actually breakdown. So basically, I did make a video and post it on my other YouTube page about 9 years ago, um, when I went to Lanzarote in Spain. So went to Lanzarote in Spain, and I think that's when that was in 2013 when the stalking actually starts to begin and gradually. So I just like to just make a few video about my I wouldn't go far back as my marriage because I can do, but I try to talk a bit, I have to speak a bit fast and do maybe part one or part two of this video. So basically, I'm from Guyana, born and bred from Guyana, and moved to the UK after I met my husband, Stephen Woolley, in Barbados. So I met him in Barbados. We spent a few times in Barbados, a couple of times. He fly over there. I moved back to Guyana to move to the UK to be with him. He was married before to this girl called Nicola, which is now Nicola Woolley. And so when I move and come here, then I get more of the bottom story, like gradually the reason why the marriage ended and whatever. I'm not sure up to this day if that was all the truth of it. However, when I married and come here, I had to get my national insurance number before work. I moved over here with the fiance visa. I've been told if I don't get married in 6 months, I have to go back to Guyana. So I did get married in 6 months. Take a long time for me to settle in. No matter where I go and where I move to, it always takes me a long time to settle in. However, I started working after 6 months. Then gradually, then I was told that okay, they split up. He still owe her some money, and so whatever money I was working for at the time, I was cleaning for the council. Also, was working at Terrace Restaurant in Brown Hills that closed down and name changed. Then I get a job at a care home. I worked for about 8.5 years. So within that time, my money was coming in. I was paying towards her divorce. So I was paying towards her divorce and I was contributing to the house. So from the fiance visa comes a marriage visa, and then my two children from my previous relationship in Guyana come to join me in England. So along the way, we're living here. I work. I said, I want to be independent. I work. I went to college as well. And then I pick up on a few bits and bobs. And I says that, okay, I want to have my own independence because, kids are getting bigger. We have to rely on him for the driving. So I want to be independent for me and also for the kids to drive them around and stuff like that. So kids was busy in and out of school, doing a lot of sports, a lot of running, a lot of activities, catching up on this and that. They were getting a few help from this guy in Africa who were helping them with the maths, which I'm grateful for at the time because he's so helpful to my kids and other kids in the area. So eventually, kids start to go air cadet. They're keeping busy, multitasking, all sorts. Eventually, all of a sudden, I get my LRA. After my LRA, well, we had our citizens card. Then we file for LRA, which is indefinite leave to remain. Then after we've filed for a Caribbean, I get my British passport. We all get our British passport. Then we starting to travel. Started to travel now. We first went to Turkey with our British passport, which was nice. Enjoy the sunshine or whatever. Then all of a sudden we decide to go out. We went out. One day we come back in and I find the door was broken in. So the hotel that we booked in Turkey, it had the front door, then it had another door, and then you enter the room. So we booked this big family room where it's like a big bed and a single bed. So so we had a big bed, and then we had like two single beds for the kids. So we all stay in the one room. Eventually, we went out one day on the tour around Turkey. Not actually around, because Turkey is a massive country. So we went on the tour, come back and I find the door was broken. So I says, why is this door broken? So I start pulling my camera out because I had the video camera, so I walk with it because I was videoing some of the places that we went and see as well. So I had those video on other computer, which computer get somebody hack it, and then we had to wipe everything off, and a lot of videos and photos get taken off. So eventually, um, I start the video. This guy come up and he says, no, 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 please, no video. And I says, well, somebody's broken the room. What if they put something, in something that we're using? So he could please apologize, no video and whatever. So I says, no, I need to speak to the manager that's in charge of the hotel. And so it was going down. So we saw this strange man kept looking at us, and I said, and then I realized and come to realize this person is from Guyana, and I'm thinking, wow. So I didn't know at the time who broke in the door. What's the reason why they broke in there? Because they asked, and you see the CC footage. And then my husband decided, say, oh no, this is too much and this and now, whatever. So anyway, I never forgot it, but I just let it go afterwards. In 2013, my husband then decided to start bringing bits and bits bags of swimwear and underwear. Some of them are so big, some of them are so small, sometimes because my breast is quite small. And so I kept taking them and putting them in bags. So I did take a couple pieces. We decided to go on a holiday to Lanzarote. So I take a couple pieces, and I said, maybe I go to the beach or whatever. When they leave England, fine, get on the plane. There was a bit of standoff with a passenger and one of the airhosts on the plane. Cut long story short, however, get there, start to feel unwell. The hotel was a 4-star hotel. We had to prop some chair and furniture behind the door because it was that windy and it was shaking and all that. The TV, I started to complain about the telly because it says there's a camera in the TV. It's built with some kind of a camera in it, and I can see both TV in the front room and in the bedroom. And just, don't worry about it. You complain too much. You can't be saying this and that on your holiday and whatever. And not only me alone was feeling anxiety at the hotel. There were other people that I talked, and they said they didn't like the hotel. What I think about, and I says, well, my husband booked it. So eventually we went out on a trip. I started to have a bad tummy. I went to the toilet and I heard this talking. Now from now on, then I start to pick up the stalking actually start. So I went to the toilet, and I can hear this talking, like this small group of people talking, and so eventually I says, no, this girl, she turned and she says, oh, why is she sitting there lying there with long dresses and sombrero on? So because they're talking that loud and I can hear them, and part of the hotel was fairly quiet because it was coming on to like mid-afternoon time, like, I think it's what 4 o'clock. People hasn't come out to, fully dressed to come out and have their evening meal. So, and I says, wait, so stop and listen, and I heard them talking, and they were clearly talking about me. Now I step back and I come back out, and I says, this can't be right. And the black girl goes, where is the sexy photo? Why the photo hasn't been sent? Why she's sitting there and they're talking? Now this is a black girl and a white girl and also an Indian girl. So I'm thinking, what on earth going on? Then this car come. I don't know if the car was waiting. By the time I tried to go out to actually stand there so they can see me and let them know that I've heard them, they jump in the car and they drive with they had a lot of cameras on them and whatever. So I'm thinking this is something else. So I went back and tried to tell my husband. He didn't want to know. So I says, right, so it's boiling up in me this whole time. I come back to England and make a video, put it on my YouTube, and I just say, literally what, because I did walk on my phone that day. I was taking photos, photos of trees and plants and of myself. So However, it continued and carry on to collect these swimwear and lingerie from somebody. And I'm thinking, who is this thing coming from? So I started to ask the question, who is this coming from? He says, oh, it's coming from a man, from one of his customer that he did some work for. And his customer owned a laundry shop, and the stuff them that doesn't sell, he's giving it to him. So I said, I want to meet this person. He goes, oh, I'll let him know. And every now and then he said, oh, the laundryman saying it, this laundryman saying. So I put him in bag, because sometimes I wear whatever I wear, I don't wear it because it took me a long time to get rid of stuff, really. So I put it in bag. So eventually, this one time, so I'm gonna have a bring and buy sale. Call a couple of friends and neighbors, and my in-laws friend and in-laws and neighbors, and says, you want to buy any of these pieces? I can't use them all, they're too big for my boobs, and they're too big and whatever. And they says, oh, they're not interested. So I says, okay, we just leave it in the bag and whatever. Along the way in 2014, 2015, I start to feel as if I'm not in a marriage anymore. I start to feel as if I'm being in a marriage. I paid to be in a marriage because I kept working and contributing. And also, if I need something for myself, I have to buy it from my own pocket majority of the time. So eventually I was posting my videos on YouTube, little videos. Says, oh, I need to come up with a YouTube page, do something and whatever, and start something up. So I started doing that, and then I had 1 or 2 comments after I post a video about this catfish curry. So this is right. There's a hater somewhere in Guyana who got a problem with me putting my catfish curry on YouTube. Anyway, I carry on, and then I continue to post in the video. Along the way, all of a sudden, I feel like if, as Sister Mahal says, I feel like if we're not in a marriage, so I feel like if that, we should have a divorce and we should go our separate ways, because it completely changed. It starts to change gradually, spending more time out of the house, going on social media. I need to check the time of this video. Going on dating apps, talking to different people, slagging me down. I even went so far, says, you're talking to these people, says these people can be somebody, maybe one of Big Brother people, maybe somebody you don't know who you're talking to. And one woman he's talking to from China said, oh, we're working to get find Boko Haram in Africa and whatever. And I says, you're talking to these people, you're slagging me down to these people. You could be talking to anybody, some agency from somewhere, which is the fact. Anyway, I eventually let it go. So now all of a sudden, this man started to complain about me on the app, telling people he did so much for us and he don't feel love and he don't this. Now, this whole time, by now, he started to spend more time out the house, stop doing stuff around the house, stop going here and there only when he wants to go to the pub, and then when he wants to have a good talk, or when he wants to go on holiday, which was once or maybe twice a year, or we goes somewhere around the UK for our wedding anniversary and stuff like that. Now he started complaining, he started telling people bad things about me, started bringing me down, saying he don't feel love, saying this, saying that, the other, and I'm thinking, oh my God. So eventually by 2019, I decided to move out. So I'm just gonna stop this video now because it's coming to a bit of a long one. See you in the part 2.